a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Business with a servant's heart. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk on life. Our guest will share his life story. We want you to success in life. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk on life. We're gonna talk on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are gonna witness. Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Business with a servant's heart. Listen to the podcast.
Stop wasting your time with all these shiny objects and start going out there for free and just shaking some hands and meeting some people.
It's brilliant. You said something, seeing good stuff that you're doing.
Yes.
You're not out there burning people. And audience, when you're doing good stuff, your image and brand increases.
I want to invite you into the Business Network, my free school community for entrepreneurs and business owners who want to grow their network and scale their business. Inside, you'll get step-by-step lessons, monthly workshops, feedback, scripts, resources, bonuses, and a community of like-minded people who believe in helping each other win. Join us today at school.com, the Business Network, or click the link in the description and click Join Group. I'll see you inside.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Do you think local? Do you think giving local? If you don't, you're going to want to. You're going to want to listen to this podcast. Because my guest, I thought I was a connector, and I thought I was a giver. Oh, he's a rocket ship. And you know, the power of this is it's the servant's heart. And it feels good every single time, 100% of the time. So before I bring a guest on and me keep talking because it's a subject I love, let's do our gratitude for today. The hardest battles often lead to the most beautiful victories. And that leads to referrals, because those are battles. We're all looking for leads and referrals. But those battlefields can turn into victories, and our guest is going to tell us about that. Let's bring Billy on. Billy, welcome to the show, my friend.
Oh, sir, man, thanks for having you. I'm such a huge fan. I've listened to lots of your episodes, and I'm just blessed to be a part of this because I've seen such talent that you brought on. So this is amazing, and I appreciate you.
Your energy is so infectious. That's why I'm excited to have you on. Let's jump right into impact. Yeah. What's one of the greatest impacts you've made up to date?
Oh, can we tell stories? Is stories good?
Please.
All right. So the story I'm going to tell, I'm going to abbreviate it. We'll shorten it up a little bit. It's the same talk that I gave when I was asked to speak at Podmatch. And we talked about the idea of giving. And so there was a time where I found myself in the middle of a fairgrounds. And we were having all kinds of things going on. We had a bunch of food trucks happening and vendors setting up and doing all these different things. And I'm like, how in the world did I get in the middle of this, running this food truck thing? It was for the school system, and they were raising money for the STEM students, the kids that are extracurricular, right? They're going to be our artists. They're going to be our engineers. They're going to be our brains. They're going to be our scientists. And they have to make extra money to run these extra school programs. And so they came to me and they said, listen, you're in the community doing stuff all the time. We trust you as somebody that's doing stuff. Do you have any ideas? And so I found myself saying, like, we need to do this food truck festival because it's something that doesn't happen around here. I know all the food truck people because of the different contacts that I've made. We should do this. It's great for the community. We can raise you some money. And so we've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years. And so I find myself in the middle of this food truck festival running this thing without any kids that are involved. And I haven't been a teacher in the school system, but you just get yourself into these scenarios, these situations where you're able to make such a big impact. And every year we've made over $10,000 for these kids. Every single year it continues to grow. And so we go 10, 12, 14. I someday I want to fund the whole thing for them with these food trucks and the donations and all the different things we do, because it's great helping these kids that are going to be our leaders someday. So that's the abridged version. I hope it wasn't too long, but that's a good story that I really appreciate every year.
No, we need to impact our children more. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you know, people tease me like, you know, what's our next 30 years? I won't be around. I'm 65. I might be, but, you know, what's our kids going to deal with? They're 10. You know, they're going to be 30s and 40s and 50s. We got to leave them it better off, and we're not doing great with that. And that's one little step that we can do that. And you mentioned local and community. Great words. That's what you do. How can people really utilize local marketing to serve their community?
Oh, so I'm in a scenario where like I do sales, I do real estate during the day, but the marketing part is really where I find a lot of passion. And so I didn't want to be that typical like just real estate agent going out there and just selling stuff and just being schmoozy. I wanted to be somebody who is impactful for my community. And so what I've done is I reach out to local business owners and I find their pain point. Their pain point is marketing. Not enough people know that they're there. Not enough people know that they're out there doing great things or how passionate they are. And so what I've done is I've gone out and I've done video commercials for them. I do it for free. And just go out there and say, hey, listen, I want to do it interview style. I want the community to know that you're here, who you are. When they walk through the door, they know and they see you and they recognize who they are because we've done this video together. And to know that like you make a bigger impact than these big box stores. Like there's so much more impact of a small business in a community than just another box store wrapping it up. So what I've done is I do the commercials, and now I know, 40 or 50 business owners. And when people open up new restaurants, I just did one this week actually, where they open up a new store and they're told, hey, you need to get a hold of Billy. He'll do a commercial for you to get you up and running. And so I just do this, and you just know a ton of people, and then you start diving into their audiences because they have audiences of people that trust them too. And so what I found in the early stages, I just did it to be impactful and do something good. But then my audience started going 7, 40, 50. Now I have like 17,000 people in my database because you just go out and you just give and you do things and you provide your community with the things that they need and address their pain points, and you do it without asking for anything in return. And before you know it, you get the things you're looking for.
And doing the free, because I get asked all the time, yeah, I want to give free stuff away, but I got to pay bills. I got to make money. The free commercials you put away, your business is growing, right?
Yep, it is. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, either I can pay a third party, or I can pay Zillow, or I can pay LinkedIn. I can pay these people to get leads my way, or I can put my time in and give these businesses their, some attention, some marketing. And that's replacing all these painful cold leads and all these painful things you have to pay for. Like I'm paying it in my time instead. So when people say, "Oh, you're just doing it for free," no, that's my way of connecting. That's my way of marketing. That's my way of knowing people. That's me putting my time in. It's not giving away for free. It's meeting people. And I replaced all those cold calls with meeting people face to face instead.
Sweat equity. You hear it
Sweat
all the
equity,
time. That's
man. It's the
exactly what you're
best
doing.
kind.
Oh my gosh. Because networking, your network now has grown, which now gives you opportunity for your business, but for
Yep.
everything else, right?
Everything else. Yep.
Talk
So,
talk about that. How you
yeah.
can
So,
tap into your network.
So now anytime I need anything, right? So if I have to like set up an event at a, restaurant, if we're doing like a chamber meeting or something, like I know the restaurant owner. If I need somebody to come do electric work, I know the electrician, I know the plumber, I know all of these different people. So you have unlimited resources, and your community knows you have unlimited resources. So they come to you for it too. Like, hey, Billy, my roof, who do you know for roofing? I got a guy, no worries. And so like you end up being like a go-to person where you can continue building the good people in your community up by referring them to folks that you know and people that are looking for things. And so like the good and the optimism and the giving just continues growing and growing and growing and growing as you become like your mini mayor of your town, right? You become the person that's a go-to. So the opportunities are just almost and like unlimited. I'll say unlimited. I'll go with it because the more you go out and meet people, the more options you have. And so you have control over your sphere of influence. You have control over how many leads you get. You have control of your marketing. You're not relying on a third party or paid leads or any of that stuff. Like you have control over this thing. Just get out there and shake some hands and meet some people, you know?
I just came up with something thanks to you.
Yeah.
It's the billboard philosophy. What's
There
a
you go.
billboard up there for? 20,000 cars drive by every day and they see
Yeah.
Marlboro Man. I'm an old guy, so Marlboro Man. So millions of cars, and then it got, actually where it moved a little bit, but there's still billboards
I
today.
remember that.
That's what you're doing. They're seeing
Yeah.
Billy's billboard virtually or in person. Oh yeah, that's Billy. Yeah. How can that grow your network fast?
Oh, it's the know, like, and trust. It's that classic, the
Okay.
traditional way. Once people know who you are and they trust who you are, and you end up building that trust a little bit faster because you have got that sneeze sneaking up on me there. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's
You
all
start
right.
building that you start building that trust faster because once you start helping that local business, all the people that follow that local business or follow that person, and you're helping them, the business trusts you to help them. That means their audience starts trusting you too, and so it's just an accelerator. It moves a lot faster because you know they see you out there, they see you in the community, they see you doing good things, and then the trust is happening, and you just the classic, like I said, the traditional know, like, and trust. No matter how much AI we have, and no matter how much stuff we have out there for technology and shiny objects, it's always still going to be know, like, and trust, no matter what. I mean, how many messages you get in your LinkedIn and how many text messages you get a day where you just delete it right away? You don't even read the damn things, right? You just delete, 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 delete.
Yeah.
People aren't deleting my text message and my DMs because they know, like, and trust. It's not a robot doing it. They read those, they watch the videos, they open the emails, they do the things because I'm there with it and they know who I am. So it's just more effective. Stop wasting your time with all these shiny objects and start going out there for free and just shaking some hands and meeting some people.
It's brilliant. You said something, seeing good stuff that
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yes. Yes.
You're not out there burning people. And audience,
Yeah.
when you're doing good stuff, your image
I
and
know.
brand increases.
Yep. Yep.
So you're the expert. We've clarified that.
Yeah.
What's the first step people listening? Because I think a business coach can do this. I think a plumber could do this. People
Yeah,
like, well, I'm an
everybody.
online business. No, you can walk into your community and do good
Yes.
stuff and do what you're doing, but your coaching business will be connected to it. Your
Yep.
AI business will be connected to it. What are some first steps that they can do, the audience, to become
I
more local?
So I always start with you. You got to start with yourself. You got to know what your values are. What's important to you? Who am I as a business owner? Who am I as a person? Because if before you can connect with anybody else, you need to know who you are so that way you know who to connect with. If you're a giver or if you're a golfer, if you're a whatever, fill in the blank, then you know what kinds of people you should be connecting with. It's a more natural fit. You don't want to fit in with somebody who doesn't believe in giving. That's not a natural fit. You don't want to give necessarily. You want to be a little more in it. Maybe that's not your brand. Maybe that's not who you are. Start aligning with people that share your values. And if you don't know what your values are, just sit down and start brainstorming or go to AI. It'll help you or Google some questions for yourself. Or I always like to tell people, think about what brands you gravitate to and think about what they represent. Because if you gravitate towards, I don't know, like an Under Armour or a Yeti or whoever, what things do they do that make you gravitate to them? That identifies your values as well. Or even the old school, the obituary, where you write up what your business would look like 30 years from now. Write an obituary for your business and think about how you want to be remembered. Maybe that's a way to do values. And then once you have those values down pat, look around your community. Who else shares those values? When you have conversations with people, what words or phrases will you be looking for when you're an active listener talking to people? They use words like, giving, or if they use words like, then hey, listen, I want to do something with you. We want to collaborate. I have a podcast, I have a video, I do commercials, whatever your intentional give is. We seem to be in alignment. We seem to share values. Let's take it to the next step. Let's do some collaboration together. And that's how you ingrain those referrals, not just by handing out a business card. Everybody hands out business cards. You need to add value to their life once you know you're aligned in the values. So that's the place. That's place to start.
No, I love this because it's the phrase, leave them better than when you first met them. I'm screwing that phrase up. But that's exactly what you're doing. I get this question all the time, so curious what your answer would be. Work with entrepreneurs and talk about giving, and you serve so much, and you go to a volunteer and do this. Steve, my business is struggling. I need to make money. What would you tell somebody that says that?
Yeah, if you need to make money today, yeah, that might be tough. So I do have some people that do kind of wean off the cold leads. If you cold leads are a big part of your business and you need money today, that's fine. You can still do some cold leads. You can do some of that generation, but I want you to start working on the warm part of it too. I want you to start working on referrals, and I want you to slowly start working those cold leads out of your life. If you're doing a half an hour cold calls, great. A half an hour of reaching out to business owners who align with your values, right? And as you start making those connections, because referrals are going to be your long-term play. That's how you're growing a business, not just having a job. Because if you have a job answering and making cold calls, that's a job. Having a career, having a business you can be proud of is going to be referral based, right? I mean, think about the person in your office just for a second. And the person that's been doing it for 20 years, who just sits back, has a little Rolodex, goes through the names, doesn't have to make many calls, and leads and things just come to him or her, versus the person that's calling 45 times or 700 people a day. It's the experienced people don't make those cold calls. The experienced people that are crushing it in your office have all the referrals. So why not start building that into your business now? Make 10, 15 minutes of cold calls and then build in the rest as more marketing and referrals and helping your business owners. Don't just, make those cold calls your whole life, because you'll never get ahead. It'll never work for you. Just start ingraining it slowly and start incorporating it with intention and a system behind you.
So what you're saying, I got to write this down. Grow your
Do it.
business giving, because that's a
Yes.
great. I mean, you just educated me. Because I tell them just give. Make sure you give. The money will
Yeah.
come. But that's a better answer, which I'm going to borrow. Because
have
you need to make money. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to take it and run with it. Because I love that. Do your half hour your cold calls, but an hour and a half of giving.
Exactly.
Who can you
Yes.
send a resource to? Who can you reach out to help out? That is, audience, what he just said here, Billy, will make you double your income this year. I can
Will.
guarantee it. And email me if it doesn't, and I'll send you a gift. Because I know it's done it for me and the many others that have taken the action. That's the other part of the giving. Yeah, I'm going to give, but they wait a month.
Yep. Doesn't do any good.
So talk about action, why you take action and how you take action in giving.
Yeah, so you have to. I started down and had my people of value, right? And I know where I stood, and I know who I wanted to collaborate with, maybe referral partners with. And then you got to think about their pain point. What thing do they need that you can help solve? And it's got to be something that they're pretty good at, that you enjoy doing, and it's scalable. And that's why I chose videos, because I can go into any business. They all need marketing help. They all need a couple more minutes of fame. They all need 3 or 4 more people come through their door. So it was something that I enjoyed doing. It was something that was scalable, and it was something that met their pain point. So as long as you have those 3 elements to it, your action can grow, and you can keep doing it. But the key part of that, Steve, is going to be that fun part. You got to have some fun doing it. If it's broccoli and you're just not going to keep doing it, take some time, think about it. What is my give going to be? Make it intentional, make it something that's scalable, make it ice cream, something you can enjoy doing. It doesn't have to be videos. It doesn't have to be a podcast, but those are really easy ways to do it. You could be somebody who I don't know, maybe you give out hats, maybe you give out blankets, maybe you do something, maybe you do cups or mugs. I don't know, whatever it is you do with it gives, just make sure it meets the pain point of who it is you want to become referral partners with, and just make sure it's something you're going to enjoy. And as you start giving and continue to give, you're going to separate yourself from everybody else who's just handing out business cards and hoping that repetition gets them remembered. You're not going to do that. You're going to be out there, and you're going to make some impact. The quick story I have, and I'll make it super fast, was I was at the food truck festival that I had in the very beginning that I talked about and referenced. And one of the people that came through just happened to be a Netflix movie producer. And I didn't know that. He was in our community, and he does Netflix movies and stuff. Now, I was able to say, listen, man, what's your next movies? I was coming out in a couple of months. Cool. I need you to be on the podcast. We need to come down. We need to do some marketing to help you out a little bit. And I'm sure he sat down. Had I said, oh, I really want to sit down and grab a cup of coffee and just kind of hang out and learn more about it, would he have done it? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. But I had my intentional give. I've got an audience. Let's sit down and do an interview. I want to put it out there. I want to have 20 more people watch your movie. And yeah, he sat down because of that, because I had an intentional give, something that he needed, and it made more sense. So sit down and think about that. What is your intentional give? What is something that your audience needs that you have?
I agree with you. I tell people all the time, I interviewed Lee Steinberg twice.
Yeah.
He was the Jerry
Yeah, that's
Maguire
awesome.
movie. He's a top sports agent. Well, he's not going to sit down with me and have coffee or jump on a Zoom. How am I going to help
No.
him? But I can help get his message out. And that's where podcasting in these videos. Audience, I hope you take this and run with it. I say everybody should have a podcast. I know it's not going to happen, but just my thoughts, because the growth I've had and the growth you've had. Let's jump into your podcast and what you do with your own podcast.
Oh yeah, which you have to be on. I didn't invite you yet. I should have been the first thing I asked for is to be on the podcast. So we have a podcast too, and we just talk about marketing, and we bring on experts, and they talk about what's working for them, what's not working for them, the lessons they've learned. Because in the end, whatever business you're running, I want you to know what kind of options are out there for your marketing, what things are working for people that are in there in the front lines out there doing some marketing. And I don't just keep it to referral marketing too. I have SEO people on. I've got people that don't agree with me on all the time, because you have to have perspective, and you have to be able to see who else is out there and what they're doing, and how much it costs them and how long did it take them. I just want to fast track the marketing for regular business owners, so that way they can learn all the things they need to learn to make their marketing more effective.
Conversations are going to have disagreements. It's how you handle
I
those
hope so.
conversations.
That's it.
Yeah, it's powerful. And I just finished a book. It might be good for you. audience.
Yeah.
Jefferson Fisher called the next conversation game changer. Talk about giving and how to handle those no's, especially. But yeah, go out and reach out to them. And Jefferson, if you want to sponsor the podcast, I'm open to it. We'll stop right there. Talk about your book. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Tell us the story of a podcast guest. I know you have many because you've told me.
Ooh.
Pick one out that's really impacted you.
I love so far Paul Pape. Paul Pape is a storyteller, and he's made a big impact on the way I do business because he breaks down the storytelling in the sense that if you just have a product and just hawk a product, no matter how great it is, you have to have a very systematic story behind your product in order for it to sell. And it's got to be the same for yourself. Like I have my referral marketing, I've got my story, I've got how I've done it. That's the only way people are going to trust me a little bit more, or how they're going to, check out the website, or how they're going to do the things, is because I have a story they're going to be able to relate to. And so if you get a chance to check out Paul, he has some really amazing resources. He also has an amazing book that if you want to read it, I'll send you a copy. You've sent me some books. I'm going to get you a copy of that book. I'm going to send it your way, man.
I'll take it. See him giving, even on the podcast he's giving.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Yes. So yeah, he's good.
Let's jump in. It sounds like a great podcast. What's the name of the podcast, by the way?
Live Local Marketing Podcast.
So Live Local Marketing. Just search it. Go to Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. You'll find it there. I'll have the links everywhere. We'll get the links here too, and we'll put them in the show notes. Before we end, your book. Why are you so excited about your book?
So the book, I don't know about you, but I learn best through parables, through stories about things that are happening. Like I just kind of get a little drowsy when I hear like the VCR, direction type ones where it's like, hey, this is step one, that's step two. And I see the value in it. I just don't have as much passion. And so I wrote it as a parable of a person in sales who started off real strong, because you call your mom, you call your uncle, you call the people, and you make the sales. But then after that, then what? That well runs dry. That number of people dries out, and then you look at your second year, and you're like, all right, so now I've tapped into all the people I know. Now what? And so he goes through the whole story, and it's loosely based on what I've done. Mine took about 15 years. This guy, it took about a year, so he moved a little faster than I did. But that's to keep everybody awake. And so he just goes through the whole process of meeting local business owners and doing commercials for them, and the types of opportunities and contacts he made were all loosely based on the things that happened to me as well. But I was just kind of telling it as a story, as a parable, so it's easy to digest. It has all the handouts, so after you finish each chapter, you can actually take a look to see how your business compares and some ideas for yourself. Because I don't know about you, but I always write in my books and take notes in my books. And so it gives a chance to kind of jot some things down. And as ideas hit you, you can write them all in there, and you can fill it in as well. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay, I'm going to follow this giving journey with you. So audience,
yeah,
if you've listened this far, and I hope you have, because you've learned a ton. I've got my full pad here of notes. If you go out and reach out, we'll get his contact info here in a minute. You reach out to Billy and mention this podcast, Doing Business Servant's Heart, or my name, I will send you his book for free. First 5 people.
What?
After 5
That's
won't
amazing.
happen. So the first 5 people reach out, and Billy, you'll get their contact info, and he'll send it to me, and I'll reach out and send you guys a book.
Cool.
He'll get your email, not your address, just your email, so I can reach out to you and get your address and send it out to you.
Tell you what, if you do 5, I'll do 5. We'll do 10. So you do 5, I do 5. We'll hand out 10 books. How's that?
There you go, audience. That's why you stay to the end of a podcast. You never know what you're going to get. Let's end with a fun question I love doing. You've heard it probably because you listen to our podcast. So we're coming out to where you live. You're going to pick your favorite restaurant. First thing I want you to do is you're going to invite 3 people, whether dead or alive, who made a huge impact in your life. Number 2, I'm a foodie. I want to know what your favorite foods are, so I want you to order the food.
Oh, yeah. So ordering food, let's do that first because that's so much fun. I love Irish food. I just love Irish food. So there's an Irish pub up here in Annapolis, Maryland, Galway Bay, which I would go. What about either fish and chips? That's always a pretty good one in rare like that, or even boxty. I love some good old boxty. Boxty is good stuff too. But anything Irish, I would order. And then the 3 people. You do put this on your podcast. I didn't prepare myself for it. I knew I should have. I think first one is my grandfather. I'd start with him. He's one of the hardest working people I ever met, and I didn't get enough time with him. And so I would love to have him be able to answer more questions and talk to him a little bit more. I would say The UCLA coach, John Wood. Yeah, because
John Wooden.
the work Wooden, that's it. Sorry, thanks for the assist. I appreciate that. So the work ethic and so forth that guy put in his life and the standards that he set for his team, I think is just fascinating. So I think he would be another good one. So that's two. And then a third one, big impact on my life. Fitzgerald, the one that wrote Great Gatsby. And I just think the book Great Gatsby hit me at the right time in my life. And it was, you never get those books that just hits you at the right time. And if I had read it any other time in my life, it wouldn't have had an impact. It just got me in the right spot. And I'd rather meet him and the things he went through and the mistakes he made and the things that did well for him and how he ran his life. He was very, live in the moment type of guy, and he overspent. He made lots of mistakes, but I think he's very inspiring in the sense that he lived every moment that he could and enjoyed himself. Probably too much, but I'd love to learn some lessons from him. I think that's right.
It's so powerful. That's so awesome. What's your grandfather's name?
George.
Shout out to George. I know he's not living, but you've done great with your grandson. I'm going to tell you right now, and your parents as well. Let's give a shout out to your parents. Yep. So, Billy, thank you again for taking the time.
Man,
just
nowhere else I'd rather be, right here, hanging out with you, man.
I appreciate you, brother. You're awesome. And audience, you know what? Share this out. It's a gift. Subscribe to my podcast, Billy's podcast. If you listen to Paul Peep, what's the guy you met? Paul Pape.
Yeah, Paul and Pape. Paul Pape. Check him out, man.
Paul
He's good stuff too.
That's a perfect example. If you listen to it, share it out with people. That resonates. You're talking to people about local marketing, and they're like, I need to market more. Send this podcast of Billy out. Let them listen for 15 minutes. Because I know you'll make an impact. It might be a very little, it might be a lot. But we want to truly use podcasts as gifts. And I believe that they are. So with that being said, me and Billy want to thank everyone for watching or listening to this podcast. And we'll see you all in the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day, everyone.